What's going on, guys? We are actually going off-roading for once. Instead of just putting parts on or talking about off-roading, we're actually going to go off-roading. This is the night before, and I need to throw the mud trains on and throw the little bit of gears and tools that we normally take with us when we go out on the trail. So I've got the 31-inch tall 255/70 R17 tires in an all-terrain that I run on the street, and then when we go off-road I swap over to a 255/75/17, which is right about 32 inches tall in a mud terrain. And a unibody Grand Cherokee on a mud terrain is outrageously loud on the street just because there's no body on frame to kind of isolate the noise. The mud trains just transmit a whole bunch of noise into the vehicle, and it's pretty annoying to drive. So that's why on the street I run the all-terrains, and then when we go play, throw the mud trains on. So let me get these mud trains thrown on, and then we will kind of go through some of the basic stuff that I carry, and then hopefully tomorrow we'll be out on the trail. All right, so a quick little run through of some of the stuff we carry. An old towel, because I use it as a creeper. So when I am laying underneath them, unbolting the sway bar and getting it, strapped up out of the way, I can have something clean to lay on so I'm not laying on the dirty, muddy, wet ground. I've got my cheap eBay automatic tire deflators. There's obviously a lot nicer quality ones that probably adjust a lot better, but these ones are super cheap on eBay. I believe they were like $5 shipped, and there's a set of 4 of them. I don't have them, I didn't spend the time adjusting them perfectly, but at least I can screw them on all 4 of my wheels while I'm disconnecting the sway bar, and they've already aired themselves down to a relatively close number, and then I can go around by hand and fine tune the rest of it. So after we're done with the day, we need to air back up. This Milwaukee M12 tire inflator works really awesome. You can set a target pressure on it, screw it onto the valve stem, and walk away from it. It hits the target hits the target pressure and shuts off. So you can go around to all your 4 wheels without really having to watch it. That Milwaukee inflator is really awesome. A torque wrench for bolting a spare on, just in case we do have a tire issue. Kind of nice to know you're driving home with the lug nuts torqued close to what they're supposed to be at least. And then obviously to take it off, a Craftsman 1/2-inch impact, which is a lot nicer when you're trying to quickly get a tire on and off than doing it by hand. More with power tools, we've got a Milwaukee 3/8 Stubby and a Milwaukee 1/4 inch. Now the only reason I'm taking this is with an 8mm wobble, and that's to pull a drive shaft. If we were to break a front drive shaft or have a U-joint issue, at least with this we can take a drive shaft front or rear off relatively quickly, throw it in the back of the Jeep, and at least get the thing off the trail so we can get back home or get back to the trailhead and figure out what to do from there. That 3/8 Milwaukee Stubby works great with, this is just a, I think like 100-piece gear wrench tool set. It's got 3/8 stuff, short ratchet, long ratchet, a couple extensions, shorts and longs. We don't carry any parts with us if we're going to break something, but kind of nice just to have a few hand tools just in case something weird does happen. At least you could unbolt something, take it apart, put it back together. I don't know, it possibly would help you out. Or if you come across somebody else on the trail that needs some random socket, you can be that kind of cool guy and help them out. And then obviously we've got the spare in the vehicle, and just the original factory bottle jack. It works in a pinch, it will extend up pretty high, so we used it a couple trips ago with the buddy's Jeep. He had a rock puncture on a sidewall and we had to throw the spare on. So all of that was nice to have. Now the last thing I throw in is this Craftsman tote, and got a bunch of these small little bungees. At least with our setup, when we unbolt that front sway bar, I tuck it up out of the way and I can use these bungees to bungee it up to the frame. There's a little hole in the frame, so I can hold that front sway bar up out of the way, and that works great. Got some jumper cables, just because you never know when you might need to jump. I've got a really nice ARB Snatch Strap that we've used many times for us and other people, so that's really nice to have with the loops on the end. So to go with that, we've got a couple of D-rings, and you know, we obviously don't have D-ring mounts on the vehicle, but if for some reason someone else that's pulling you out does, or these actually work fine going around the factory tow hooks on the front of the vehicle, so you can connect it to the loop, or if you're adding two straps together or whatever, it's just kind of nice to have a couple of these in the tote to go. Couple of gloves, just because you don't want to just be completely muddy and nasty while you're trying to get in and out of the vehicle. We've got a couple of wrenches and an adjustable wrench just in case, and of course zip ties, because you never know when you need to hold something together or something back on that shouldn't be hanging off. That's about what I've got in the tote, and most of this stuff does pile into this thing and kind of makes it nice. You can clip the lid on it and not have everything rattling around. So that's basically what we've got that we carry in the back. So should be leaving tomorrow super early. We'll meet up with the other three. I think it'll just be two other WJs that are almost identically lifted, same tires. So we've kind of built them all up together, and they work really well together because everybody's at the same, you know, vehicle skill level. So you aren't, you know, one guy on big 37s and all of us on little 32s. Everybody's on the same size tire, so everybody can kind of go up and down the same stuff. So I will see you guys tomorrow, bright and early, and we'll head to the trail and see how muddy it is. It's typically a muddy mess there, but we'll see.